Get ready, gamers! Retro Legends is here, your ultimate destination for high score battles, pinball wizardry, and classic arcade showdowns. Every week, we bring you the best in virtual pinball and classic arcade gaming, where you can compete for glory on live online leaderboards through iScored. You think you got what it takes? Step up and prove it. Because every Friday night we're throwing down with 2 legendary pinball tables in an all-time classic arcade game. And the best part, every giveaway and prize on this show will go straight to you, the gamers who are putting up and keeping the competition fierce. Because Retro Legends isn't just a show, it's a community, a place for arcade warriors to show up, compete, and keep that high score spirit alive. That's right, Friday night just got legit. And remember, choice in home arcade shows is good for everybody. More competition, more fun, more ways to level up your game. So hit that subscribe button, join the leaderboard, and let's make history, one high score at a time. This is Retro Legends. Hello and welcome to Arcade Legends, the very first show. I have the distinct pleasure of introducing someone who just won the Battle of the Streamers, an AtGames pinball tournament with the very best players in the AtGames community. I'd like to give a very warm Retro Legends welcome to House of Hounds. Welcome to the show. You know, if you're not familiar with this channel, tell them a little bit about your pinball streams, because it's really incredible. A lot of like me getting better is watching people like you play, and you share all the secrets of how to get good scores. So tell us a little bit about your channel, House of Hounds.
Well, it started basically, my wife and I started buying all these arcade machines, and then my wife discovered that the Addams family came out for the 4KP, and she had to have it. We bought it the next day, and ever since it's been the most used thing here. So we got playing it quite a bit, and I've gotten a little bit better at pinball now that I understand it, and learning the tricks. And I just like to. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead. I'm just listening. Go ahead.
And I just like to stream it and enjoy the community and have fun. And then any tricks I have, or that I discover, I don't want to keep it a secret.
You don't hold back. You don't hold back. As a matter of fact, your tutorial on Sea of Thieves made me like almost double my score. So thank you so much. And you did go against the mighty Tomato Grass, which was really that was like a Rocky moment, and that that was like a Wild World of Sports moment, because you were definitely the underdog. But man, you just show that you got the skills to pay the bills. I have to say, massive respect to House of Hounds, and I'm gonna invite our next guest on. Another person we know from the AtGames pinball community.
Hey guys,
what's happening, buddy?
How is it going, man? Congratulations!
We used to see that name on the leaderboards all the time, but your pinball machine has a sign on it.
We do. See if I can get a zoom in. It's out of order. Get well soon.
What's going on? What's going on? High scores on tap.
So unfortunately, I went through the update and can no longer log in. So yeah, so I've been working with AtGames technical support. We are on day 4 now, and we have tried some different things and pinball resets, and they are crunching numbers, and I don't know what the end result's going to be, but I'm sure they're going to get me up and going soon. But
they're trying to figure it out.
They're figuring it out. In the meantime, I am just jonesing and living vicariously through you guys and playing the pinball and enjoy watching, and I will be back at it one of these days.
Yeah. Getting locked out. It's like you left your keys in the car or something, and the car's running, but you can't do anything.
Exactly. You feel helpless.
Hey, we got a staple of the AtGames community. Carlo's in the chat. It's not a stream unless Carlo is here. Good to see you, Carlo. One thing we all have in common, we all have big arcades, right? We all have arcades. We love arcade gaming. Yes. We love pinball, and that's what this show is really about. And we're actually going to invite the audience to come play with us in these awesome pinball machine games and arcade games. And I got someone else who loves games. This is no stranger to my channel, Steps Gaming. Welcome to the channel.
Hey, good to see you, man. Hey, high scores. Did you pay your bill? Because I heard the update was supposed to make it so that if you didn't pay your bill,
maybe that's it.
Maybe that's it. Pretty good critic of AtGames too.
Maybe I need to do a GoFundMe.
To be fair, I've only really been a critic of the affordable financing program. But when he said it stopped, we'll let him log in. It made me think of that, so I thought it was funny.
Well, anyway, I want to give a shout out to the Waybacks Arcade. They gave me this cool shirt. I played in their tournament. It was fantastic. It was so much fun. We played 9 arcade games and 1 pinball. And I did. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. That's the biggest arcade that's near me in the South. And just want to, they're in my intro. And so just a little love to the Waybacks Arcade for my intro. So
when I was watching that, man, I was like, man, look at all those machines. And then I was looking at that Street Fighter 2 World Warrior machine and how just like clean and good. And like, and people are arguing over what the iconic arcade World Warrior should look like. And it's like, what they need to do is make the side look like that one.
Yeah, that one is 100% legit. They are crazy with the restorations there.
Yeah,
and that actually is you got the perfect segue to our first segment. You ready for our first segment? Because here we go. We're going to talk about this next. Of course, we're going to talk about iconic arcade, the XXL machine, brand new competitor in the home arcade space. This is a Raspberry Pi 5 equipped arcade. Project led by John D., famous of Arcade 1-Up hype. Let's find out what the panel's opinions are of the iconic arcade, and we are off. Well, I bet you didn't see that one coming, Steps. The iconic arcade. I want to get everyone's opinion. Now, House, you obviously are a person who's had more than a few home arcades. I'm looking behind you. I mean, I see an iArcade. I see Miss Pac-Man. I see Tron. I see Killer Instinct, which is a game I've had. How do you feel about the iconic arcade? Steps, you should take over because this is more like the fighting games. But like, what's your opinion of this? I'm just curious.
So there's things that I do like and things that I don't like. I can honestly say I do like the looks of it. I do like the size factor. Being closer to full size is kind of something that really intrigues me, and I want it for that. I'm hoping that with John D getting in there, it brings up the iconic, because when you first saw them when they first came out, I mean, like, they were cheap and not all that impressive. But
there's
now
the tab right there. There's the 2 models.
Yep, Street Fighter 2 is the one that I'd want.
The classic one. Oh, wait a minute, those are the wrong ones. Wait a second. There's the one we're supposed to be looking at. Okay, these are the ones we were looking at first. Yes,
we weren't supposed to see those yet.
I know, that's the top secret ones. We're leaking.
That's right. The only thing that concerns me is having the pie in there. I really didn't want the pie to be in there, but I mean, to keep the price down and stuff like that, I can.
It's almost like it almost feels like a step back, like 2 years, because like when everyone was buying arcade 1-Ups and putting pies in them anyway, it's like I feel like we're actually going like a little backwards.
Yeah, like I don't have a 5, but I've got some 3s and 4s laying around, right?
Yeah, The pie is a good little emulation unit. What do you think, Steps? Now I hear you kind of waffling. You're kind of going back and forth. So I'm just curious because you actually play the fighting games a lot. My biggest concern is, do fighting games play well on a Raspberry Pi? I mean,
well, here's the thing.
Online seems to be the thing.
They're going to have their own proprietary software that runs on it, right? And everybody's like, oh, it's a Pi. It's going to run great. Well, here's the thing. How are they going to make this work? And how is their online interface? And how is this stuff all going to play into the final product? So for me, it's like until I see what that is, because I actually want to play the machine. I don't really like. I don't care if it's an XL or a none of that. I'm like, does the community want to play this? Does it play well? That's what's important to me. Now, other people they are more about the cosmetics, what it looks like in the arcade. And I understand that. But for me, it's like if the thing wobbles, I'd rather have a riser. And I said that earlier today on my show. I'm like, I'd rather it be sturdy if possible. I get that they have to make it as cheap as possible to maintain profits, things like that. I'm fine with the pie as long as what they put on that pie and what they program and what does the job for all those different Street Fighter games.
My biggest concern is, like you said, like I bought Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for the dream of playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2 against opponents because it's a fighting game. That's why you buy these fighting games. And now finally I have my beautiful Marvel vs. Capcom 2 back on the Dreamcast, and I have the versions on the PS4, which I like. But I feel like fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, right? So I think I'll wait for some reviews.
You gotta wait and see how it does, because $700 is not
chump change.
When I spent $600 on an MVC2 and I got it, and I trusted that they respected like they did the first one, and they just didn't give two craps. And you turn it on, it's just like you just stole $600 from me, and that's a lot of money to me. Some of the people, they could buy full size, real Labyrinth pinballs and things like that. That's not in my budget.
Yeah. Well, this is Retro Legends, so we're going to talk about a real retro game, Double Dragon, which is a real retro game. This leaked out. It was a Double Dragon cabinet that they're making. Do you know much about the news? It's like for a show or something. The Double Dragon cabinet.
There's a tournament for Double Dragon Championships, and they're sponsoring the tournament.
Okay.
And I'm assuming that they're going to try to sell those to Double Dragon Hardcore. My guess is they probably aren't going to make a lot of them like they are the Street Fighter, but I bet you they could sell some to the community and to those Double Dragon fans if their cards right.
Okay. Any opinion on Iconic Arcade from High Scores on Tap?
If you got the room in your arcade, it looks nice. For me, it's what online capability, how well is that going to play against other players? But at the end of the day, I mean, I have my Matrix here. I got Street Fighter 2 going on that now. I can play that on my Matrix. I can play it on my Legends. I don't need another cabinet.
You need another way to play Double Dragon. You got like 4 ways to play it now, probably.
4 ways to Sunday to play now. But if the community gets involved and they have really good online tournaments and involvement that way, then I might be enticed that way. But for me, I've got it 4 ways to Sunday. I don't need another cab. That's just me.
Yeah. And the thing is with Double Dragon is it's funny. It's like we heard like when iArcade had it, it was like, oh, this Double Dragon's nothing. Now all of a sudden it's like the greatest thing ever. Really, the iArcade took all the time to get the slowdown correct, which is crazy because that's hard to do with to get it to play like the arcade game. Yeah. But there are better games too, right? Double Dragon's not aged the best out of fighting games.
Yeah.
No.
What do you think, House? Do you have an opinion on Double Dragon? Is it a favorite? Is it
the Double Dragon one? I was reading a couple things and they were saying it's not even like the arcade ROMs. It's not even MAME or anything like that. It's going to be all the ports. So that would be a killer for me. I'd at least have to have the original arcade. If that's true, then that would be a no deal for me. That'd be a deal breaker.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Papa Brad, one thing you got to think about though.
Okay, I'm listening.
If you're Iconic Arcade, you're trying to get yourself off the ground to the United States, and now you have this opportunity to sponsor this Double Dragon Championship.
They need to send you one. You need to send you one. Send one to Steps. Steps needs one.
I'd rather have the Street Fighter World Warrior, but like, man.
I hear you. But you would actually use it and you would put on tournaments and stuff. That's what I'm saying, because that's what you do.
But the thing I'm saying is that I think that it was a smart
Arcade
move
talk in the chat.
by Iconic Arcade to get their name out there and get some advertisement. And it's probably not an expensive license, and they probably could, just use it as far as, selling a few cabs and sponsoring that tournament. So I don't think it's like a huge deal, but I think it's going to help, further their cause maybe. And it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'll read this one. I'll take the bullet and I'll read this one. Don't pre-order. If you want one, that's fine, but don't pre-order. If Arcade One Up taught us anything, they taught us to wait a couple of months. That's not really bad advice, because then there'll be plenty of them out there. There'll be of course, YouTube's going to be the gentlest. No one wants to burn those bridges on those cabinets and with that company. But there'll be enough of them out there that you'll get some honest opinions eventually, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, the other thing is, like, they're just selling it right now, pre-order from them. But what if come June they make a deal, and now this thing's going to Sam's Club or something, and they're like, "Oh, at Sam's Club, it's $5.99." Well, you just spent $100 extra, so you don't know, because they'll do whatever deal makes sense to them when the time comes, and you have until June. That's still quite a whiles away.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll move on to the second topic. That was Iconic Arcade, and thanks for everyone's opinion. Next topic. What do y'all think about this one? That's pretty nice. What do y'all think? Pretty sexy, huh? How about this one? Wow, look at that. That is a comparison picture of what they're doing now.
I think it's sexy. I think it'll drive all the wind and wild.
Is it deluxe? That's what I'm saying. Is it deluxe steps? Is this deluxe? Does this look deluxe to you?
That's a peasant cave.
Okay.
You don't want that one. You want the deluxe.
I'm sure we all have Arcade One Up stories, but I can tell mine. The first cabinet I bought from Arcade One Up was Atari Star Wars. And I was like, damn, this is freaking good,
I want that one.
I mean, they brought that, and it was like it was like even people that own arcades sometimes buy them to put them because they're, play is good, it looks good, the emulation's good, and and then the next one I got was a Defender Partycade. So I kind of started with two of the best ones, I feel like, but I feel like it's been a slow decline, like getting like well, other companies, at least even if they're moving slowly forward, I feel like they're moving backwards. What does everyone feel about the current state of Arcade One Up? What is the current state of Arcade? We're going to start with the biggest fan right here. What is the current state of Arcade One Up? I don't do One Up content, but
yeah, I'll talk about what people want me to talk about. That doesn't mean I'm buying Arcade One Ups. I kind of laugh at people that are buying them right now. I'm like, why would you buy that?
What's your first of all? We're not going to be all negative. What's your favorite Arcade One Up? My favorite Arcade One Up is the Defender Partycade, and then second would be Star Wars, which I both kept. But what's your favorite Arcade One Up?
The Street Fighter,
because you can play online. You can.
Yeah, the Yoga Flame PCB is really good, but obviously I have it in my custom Big Blue with the Bobby Voo deck and all that. So that's definitely my favorite. Marvel Capcom 1, probably number 2. Obviously not an MVC2.
What do you think of this? What do you think of this? That's any good?
That I wouldn't buy Mortal Kombat to begin with. I'm not a fan of Mortal Kombat, but like if that was a Street Fighter and it looked like that, I would be really upset. I'd be really, really not happy. Like earlier today, I was like, I'm going to start the rumor that they can't use 4x3 BOE monitors anymore.
Yeah, it's funny they're not even using like the arcade aspect now.
Why would you do that? That's like worse than the first version.
Yeah,
I don't understand unless they just couldn't get any more 4x3 monitors because John D locked them all up with that kind of arcade.
I can't believe that's the case. I want to hear what House has to say, because I know House has a lot of home arcades. I'm just looking. I see as the Killer Instinct, which I enjoyed owning for quite a while. I just found for me, I just personally didn't play it enough, but there was nothing wrong with the machine. I did enjoy owning it. So House, first of all, what's your favorite Arcade One Up?
Out of the ones that I own, it would have to be my Tron, but that's kind of a special place in my heart from my childhood. So, but the like I said earlier, the one that's on my bucket list is I need to have a Star Wars one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I would recommend it highly.
Oh yeah, like the amount of money I spent on my allowances playing that game, like I need to have one. But as far as this Mortal Kombat, I mean, they're completely going backwards. I have no interest in anything they've produced in the last few years. It's almost like Apple. They just keep regurgitating the same thing because I don't know if they can't get more IPs or they have a contract that they got to release so many. I don't know what the deal is, but I think the community's kind of sick of having the same releases all the time.
Yeah, Pac-Man, Mortal Kombat, and a token Atari cab.
Yeah.
What do you think? High scores on tap? I don't think you have any arcade one up. No, you do. You have the gambling one. You have the casino-cade.
I have the most hated arcade one up out there, and that is the casino-cade. And I'll tell you, that's the only arcade one up I've had. I've played them years ago in the store, and every demo I put my hands on, I was like, I do not like this. This does not feel right. I can't stand it. But when they came out with that casino-cade, that kind of struck home with me, and it's like, man, I want this. I enjoyed the slot machines and the other games and the bingo. And I'll tell you what, in the evenings I come home from work, my wife is in, out here in the bar room and the TV's playing in the background. We'll pull up Wheel of Fortune and, we work together and solve the puzzles and play some. I absolutely love the casino-cade. I know it gets a lot of hate, but it's a different type of game. It's not a fighting game or anything of that nature. Other than that, I may get an Outrun. That one has a special place in my heart for my childhood. But other than that, I've just not been really excited with Arcade One Up. As far as the future, I don't know where they're going to end up.
It's tough because when you come from a multi-cade where you can literally play everything, and then you have to limit it to just one or two games, and that might be a theme I might bring back a few times. But there's so many ways to play retro games anymore.
Yep.
It used to be like you had to do it yourself with MAME, right? You had to get your hands dirty. You had to figure it all out. It was like you felt like you were the hacker. You had to, it was all on you. But now this stuff's all more mainstream, right? I mean, we can play retro games, 6 ways to Sunday. So.
Yeah. Wouldn't a real Outrun almost probably be not that much more?
You may be right. I mean, and I don't think I can't even really find, Outrun. I was looking at the marketplace and stuff because I wouldn't have mind having one. It's like, crap, I couldn't find one. And that's, be honest with you, put my foot in the door. It's like, crap, I need to get a casino-cade now because it's going to be like Outrun. I'm not going to be able to find it. You can find Mortal Kombat and all that other crap all day long on marketplace, but I'm not seeing any Outruns. So,
yeah, I would say my dream real arcade cab to own is probably a World Warrior because that was the first Street Fighter 2 I ever went and played, and I thought the World Warrior cab looked so sexy. And I'm like looking at the one in Papa Brad's video when it started it. And I'm like, what I really want is a real one.
Yeah. And then you can't play online against people. I think that's the secret sauce. For me, that's what I enjoy, the competition. Like if the AtGames, if they lost the competition, it would lose a part of it that I love. And I know House of Hounds here, he is a competitor. This man is the champion. So tell us, is being able to play online and shrinking that world, how important is that?
Oh, it's very important. Like being able to play. My happiest moment was when God, I can't remember the name of the company, but when Mortal Kombat went online, or Killer Instinct, sorry. When that went online, and you were able to compete against other people live, and that I was totally excited for that.
100%.
So
competing against yourself, classic arcade games, we all fought for the high score. Like I grew up in the 80s, and 80s games were all about getting a high score. But the 90s, it became like multiplayer, playing against another person live. And it's great that we're making the world smaller. Anytime we get these games with good online, we're making the world smaller, which is a great thing. Okay, and I'm ready to switch topics.
War, good to see War.
We'll give them enough. I need to do some shilling steps. I got to do some shilling.
Okay.
Everyone, the show is sponsored by Creature Crunch. Everyone knows I love Creature from the Black Lagoon. This is his official cereal. The marshmallows, they turn the milk green. And with that, we're going to start a clip for our next topic. Here comes our next topic. right now. Wonderland Amusements, a new company from the designers that brought pretty much all the arcade one-up cabinets to us, are tackling making a 3/4 scale pinball machine, which they plan to kickstart on March 11th. It's based on Alice in Wonderland. I've been keeping a watchful eye on this. This is a topic that interests me. We're going to get the panel's thoughts on the Alice Goes to Wonderland pinball machine from Wonderland Amusements. Let's hear what everyone has to say. There you go. They greatly improved the image of the of Alice, didn't they?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I like the old one that looked like with the Alice Cooper and all that on there. That was pretty cool.
Okay, so we're gonna go reverse order because I feel high scores and taps not getting much love. So we're gonna start with your opinion. High scores on tap. What do you think of the Alice in Wonderland?
Well, I can tell you that Alice that you just showed up looked like someone sticking a carrot in her boo-boo hole. But got surprised. I'm not a big fan of this pinball, especially
this idea. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of the price point, and it's just looking at the ramps and everything. It's just basic, and you know, I don't know who was put that video. Maybe Rex or something early on. I mean, it wasn't even going up the ramp. So
that's why I showed this video. It goes up the ramp in this video. I wanted to make sure to show it. What do you think, Steps? I know you're not a pinball head. You love pinball, but like you don't feel like you have to own pinballs, do you? You just go somewhere and play pinball, right?
I will be honest with you. Like when I started looking at my Zen pinball earlier, and I was like 15 minutes away from doing my show, I'm like, damn it, Papa Brad, now I want to play pinball. But
Pinball's great, by the way.
I enjoy pinball.
Pinball is fantastic.
I'm not obsessed with pinball. Like
I'm obsessed with it.
I wouldn't throw $1,000 down. And well, if I won the lottery, had some good money, I'd buy myself an Iron Maiden Stern. For sure. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, but you know, I might buy a you know, like a Deadpool. That's a pretty good table too.
That is a great table. I love that one.
But like this particular table, when I just saw your video and everything, it actually, I don't think it looks as good as it did the first time I saw it. But on top of that, it looks very basic, and it looks like it was like one of those pinball machines. Like I used to have this like Mario pinball when I was a kid. It doesn't look much better than one of those. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, this looks like it's like worth $250. And they want like $1,000 for it.
I think she looks way better. Did you see the earlier one though? That's a good improvement at least.
Oh, they still have the Alice Cooper looking Mad Hatter up there, don't they?
Yeah. So March 11th, 2025.
Wait, where is she? She's on the side, but where she wasn't on the marquee, was she? Like that with the face?
Yeah, she's back there. She's like sitting on like a stool on the back glass.
Yeah, it looks like with the you know, it looks like a $500 item. If I really break it down, looking at it comes with the stand and the speakers and all that. It's smaller. It's not full size. I don't
actually. This might be a first on my channel. I think it might be the first of this year. I think I got a super chat, so I do need to announce that, Steps. Oh, we actually got a super chat. It looks like, I think.
Oh wow!
Oh no, we got a membership. We got a member. Oh, 10 gifted memberships from from Carlo. I got something special for that. This is going to be a fun one. I did do something special. Hold on. Let me pull it up. I'm just unprepared because I don't get super chats often. But just for you, here's some Psylocke love. What a great X-Men. Man, she has got some personality. That's all I got to say.
Well, question for you, Papa Brad. What is the retail price of that pinball machine?
I don't think it's been officially announced.
It hasn't.
They're saying under $1,000 is what they're saying.
Which means $999.99.
Yeah.
Probably. You know, my biggest concern with it is that with pinball machines, they break all the time. That's just a fact of life. You can get a brand new Stern and it can break on you right away. I mean, they're mechanical, and real machines, things are going to break. And I mean, how well are they going to be equipped for that? You know, Hey, we got the legend Mad Ben Ham. We got another wizard here.
Hey,
Wizard has entered the room.
All right, Mad Ben.
Respect the Mad Ben Ham. We all see him at the very top of those AtGames pinball leaderboards. Thank you so much for joining us.
I got a feeling this season we're going to see more of him.
He's amazing, amazing. He was really nice too. I enjoyed meeting him in person. We got Kev Gret with a comment. He said it looks okay, but the ball is too small for it to work. Hitting the ramp over and over again will get boring. That's where the other thing I want to talk about. Like, even when I go to an arcade, like I think like I don't need to own one game because I get bored with it too soon. The beauty of the AtGames is that I have 200 and some games on it. So I have variety, you know. I don't get stuck in any kind of one game, you know, unless it's that magic game you have to own. But I mean, I feel like variety is good, right?
Yep.
What do y'all think?
I mean, variety is good.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, House. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. I was going to say, I kind of go against you guys.
Mm-hmm.
The wife and I, we're actually really excited about it. We want to see where this is going to go. And if they actually meet that price point, we think I think it looks absolutely great. I love the artwork before and after. I don't care which one you talk about, but we're really excited about it. We're keeping an eye on it. Our biggest concern is, are we going to be able to get it in Canada? Right. So, but if we are, I think there's a good chance that we're going to pick it up, because I'm telling you, like, for us to even get that home edition that Costco had of the Stern Jurassic Park, it was $6,000 up here.
Wow,
right?
that's like, so, that's a lot.
Yeah. So if we can get one of those for under $2,000, you know, our money, then I'd be like, yeah, I'd like to have that right beside my Addams Family 4KP. To have cool. Something that's a real pinball machine, you know. I think it looks great. I don't know why there's so much hate on it. I think it's a great IP, and I think it looks good.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'm not really hating on it. I think, you know, my biggest concern, I would want to play it, right? If there's a way to play it, they could definitely win me over. If it plays good, they could definitely win me over, you know?
I think it comes down to price point, you know, like
price point and how does it play?
Yes, you said $9.99, but if it's, you know, $5.99 or $4.95, then
yeah, that's a little different then. Yeah, that's a totally different price point, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I truly can't see that happening though.
Like, yeah, probably I think even getting it for under 1,000 is a lot. That's a tall order.
I'll be shocked if they do it under 1,000 US.
Yeah, and with the state of the economy and you know, tariffs and everything, I think everything's it's going to get worse for not just this product, but all products, you know, AtGames included.
But we also have to see how they, you know, incorporate, like, you know, missions and side missions on that. It might not.
Yeah, there's no actual gameplay other than there's no like code shown to show what the game, like what are the modes, how does it pull you in, like what are the sound effects. The whole rule set stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on it. I am interested. I would love to get a chance to play it, you know. But so that's the Wonderland Amusements Pinball, which is going to Kickstarter soon. We'll give them a little plug. Let me see that. I had a flyer with the exact date. Let me pull that up. The Kickstarter was slated to start. Where's the flyer? There it is. March 11th, 2025 Kickstarter campaign is going to be starting. So, and we're going to move to the next subject. Let's see. The next subject. Okay, Steps. I don't mean to trigger you. I don't mean to trigger you, Steps. I'm going to have to do a little apology before I play this video. This might hurt. This might hurt. Okay. This might hurt. Awesome. Just a quick clip. I want to shout out Barnes Arcade. He's got a great channel, by the way. If you're not subscribed, go drop us a sub over at Barnes Arcade. I love his content. I'm glad to see you here. And I think Evercade is, either you're really into it or you're not into it. Steps, we could talk about our history with Evercade. I actually bought Steps Evercade collection. So
well, most of it.
I know you still have a Super Pocket, right?
I have a Super Pocket, and I have one of the cartridges. What do I have? It's the Toplin Arcade. Toplin 2. Which is a valuable one.
That's cool.
So that's cool. But here's what I brought out here. You see all these collections of figurines from Masters
He-Man figures, Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
I have the power.
Yeah, so my mom gave me that poster a couple weeks ago. She's like, "Here's all this junk," and I'm like, "All right." And I see this, but like, there's a lot of people that collect things like figurines, things like that, and I think that's where this Evercade comes in. There's people that just get it for the sake of collecting it, and for me, I've determined I don't have money to just collect things. I need to get things that I actually want and will enjoy. So for me, I had to cut the Evercade. You know what I'm saying?
Everyone's got things don't get cheaper. Everything. Times get tough, and you got to make choices. But for me, I collect Evercade. For me, I want to collect something on physical media, cartridges. And I'm a huge Atari cartridge collector. And I'll never be able to collect an NES set because the games are so expensive. There are so many of them, but this was attainable, right? So I felt like I now have a complete collection of Evercade with every cartridge. So I'll probably, no matter what they produce, if it's Barbie's Adventure, I'm probably buying it to keep the collection complete at this point. But for me, I like the feeling of collecting. I've always been that way. I collected comic books as a kid. I'm a hoarder collector, but I mean, House, save me, say something. I know are you a retro game collector? Do you collect retro game stuff, or do you just play arcade games mostly?
I'm more of an arcade guy. I'm not
That's
really
cool.
into console that much, even though I've owned a lot through the years, but any serious gaming I've done has been PC or playing my arcade stuff, right? I've been in the main for like 10, 15 years, right? So
and the emulation too has gotten so good too that the emulation is really great anymore. I mean, it used to be that you got to have original, you got to play it on the CRT, you got to play it on that old TV from Goodwill, right?
That's right.
But I mean, they've really closed the gap with the emulation anymore, which makes it a lot less of a difference, right?
Yeah, but with the Evercade, the only reason why I never got into Evercade was just because when I actually discovered it, it was a little too late because I would only do it to do what you're doing, and that's collecting. Right, just to collect the physical media.
There's a few cartridges now that are what they call legacy cartridges, and they're just they're pretty expensive. They're not as expensive as some of those rare NES cartridges, but they can get pretty up there to a couple $100, which is painful. But it's attainable by most people, though. Still, that's what my point is. It's an obtainable, complete collection of something, right?
It's just so impressive. Look, it's like how's your arcades? I mean, to see a nice arcade it's impressive to look at, and to see those carts stacked up on a shelf. I mean, it's like a chef's kiss. It looks so good. So I mean, the aesthetics. I'm more of an arcade person myself, as well as emulation. But I keep a few cartridges set up in my sound room. But I think the aesthetic of it is just amazing. And it's going to come a time where you're not going to find any cartridges anymore. They're getting
it's cool
harder
because physical media is such a gone thing, right?
Yeah.
And once you are cut up, Evercade has a real slow drip. Here's their calendar. You can see in March we got 2 games, in April we got 2 games, but it's not like they don't flood the market with games. Yeah. So it's not that hard really once you're caught up to keep up with them. But
there's a lot of carts right now, right?
There's a lot of carts. And I did bring up Evercade for a reason. Besides, of course, I have the Evercadians channel, which you should all definitely, if you're into Evercade, you swing by there and subscribe and check it out. But I did mention it for a reason, because the game we're going to play tonight, BERZERK, is coming to Evercade in this new cartridge. And Berserk was always one of my favorite arcade games. Game from the 80s. Of course.
Game.
Yep. Insert coin in pocket, intruder alert. Here's the marquee.
Do you have the 7800 version?
Yeah, I have all the versions of Berserk. This is one of the ones that I'm a huge Atari nerd, so if it's Atari related, I probably have it, or at least I've played it. And the cool thing is tonight we're all going to get a chance to play some Berserk. Okay, and the cool part is you could play along. You just scan this code with your phone, and it'll take you to iScored, and you could put your score. You could play it on anything you want. You could play it on a console. You could play it on a New Wave Toys. You want to show that off? That's pretty nifty. Let everyone see the front of it. Like turn it.
Well, the screen is not on because I have it hooked up to the.
You have it hooked
HDMI.
up so we can see the HDMI out. Okay, I got you. Okay, but you can play, of course, on the AtGames Legends Ultimate. There's tons of ways to play it. I'm gonna make the QR code real big, and that's for people that are watching the stream. If you want to drop a score in our iScored tournament, I'm thinking if we get more than 20 players, I'm gonna put out a ton of prizes next time. So we'll see who plays. If I get more than 20 players, I'm gonna make it rain. Here's the code. You play the game. After you've played the game, all you got to do is scan this code and input your score. We're gonna end the show by playing Berserk. We're gonna talk a little pinball next, but this is the code you want to put in, and you can play it on any platform. All platforms are welcome. And that is the Berserk tournament, which will be going on this week. And we'll just announce the winners at the next Retro Legends show. So everyone's welcome to play Berserk. You have any history with Berserk, House Hounds? That's a pretty old one. That's like, what, 1980? That's a pretty old one there. That's good. That's going to the Wayback Machine there.
Was that 81, I think?
1980.
1980.
No. 81. You're right.
Okay.
Played it a lot. Played a lot in the arcades, man. Like you have no idea how addicted I was to the arcades when I was a kid. That was just my life. So
that's the stuff.
So I was so awesome when I got to actually like go and open that real Berserk cab and compare it to the New Wave Toys.
I was so lucky. Next to the real Berserk on your review. I remember that was pretty neat.
That was cool. So I got like I've seen the inside, I've seen the boards, it's pretty cool.
So when Berserk came out back in the day, and I think it was in the news, that was the first death of arcades. It was a guy that had dropped a high score, and
welcome to the stream.
He dropped in that high score, and he dropped dead of cardiac arrest. Only for a year later for someone to beat that high score, and he dropped dead of
Thank you. Welcome to the show.
So you might want to play at your own risk. I had a little PTSD from that game as a kid because Otto, the little smiley face, and at Walmart that was their thing there for a while in the late 80s. They had the little bouncy smiley face. And I was like, oh my God, that's Otto. He's coming to get me. So, but a great fun game for sure.
Yeah. Video Games Vegas actually has a 3/4 scale skin Berserk in his home arcade, which is pretty neat.
Sweet. If you do not have a Zoltar, you need to get the Zoltar. I have one up there, but he's phenomenal. People keep talking about Zoltar, so I only have good things to say about Zoltar. It's spot on. It's actually better than the real one.
Awesome. And but we're not just playing Berserk this week, Steps. And I will make it rain prizes. I'm telling you, 20 players or more. These are the 3 games you can put scores in for this week. Berserk. We're not going to play pinball here. You can play it on stream, or you can play it you can play on Pinball Effects. You can play it on Steam. Zancor is available on Steam. It's available on AtGames Pinball. You can play these on AtGames Pinball. You just play the game. You shoot a picture of your score. It can be on Pinball Effects. It can be on AtGames. And it's an open tournament. Okay, so it's open to all consoles, real pinball cabinets. And I'm doing this because I love competition and I love tournaments. So, and I have a lot of fun doing these. So, fight like a robot. So, and that would be the tournaments. I want to mention 2 other people that do tournaments. Of course, Arcade Talk is doing Earthshaker this week. There's the code if you want to play some Earthshaker. And I'd like to shout out the Calling All Ballers group. which is playing some arcades this week. They're playing Crystal Castles. They're playing Aliens vs. Predator on Pinball FX3, one of my favorite FX3 pinball games, and Crystal Castles. Okay. So that being said, does anyone have a question about how to put in scores for the pinball? Can you tell them a little bit about iScored, Mark? I know you've done it a lot with the.
Yeah, it is so super easy. I know you put that QR code, and if you missed it, Papa, you've got a link in your description on this YouTube header.
That's
there.
Right. The first thing in the description, click on that. It'll take you directly to scoreboards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could not be easier, guys. You just and you may see you see Party Zone. We see the other games, BERZERK. You just tap at the top. You're going to type in your name, whatever that is. Maybe high scores on tap. You're going to enter your score, type in your score, and then you're going to take a picture and you're going to hit post, and then you're going to hit leaderboard, and then you're going to see it.
Be easier.
And then
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say real quick. Then you're going to chase your score. So when you oh man, I've got a
better
score
all week to raise your score, all the way to the next show. You can keep playing.
Yep.
All the way to the next week. You can play.
Yep. Just tap your score again. Upload your newest score, post a picture, and you're good to go. It's easy peasy, no cost, free to play. So come join. Absolutely.
Come join. And here's the thing, I've been watching these shows for a long time, and you know what I've noticed? They don't reward the people that actually play the games. I'm going to reward the people that play the game, the people that show up. They're going to sign their name on the dotted line. They're going to show they're ready to compete. They're ready or even they're just ready to be part of something. They're ready to be part of a community that's playing games for real. And that's what it's about. Isn't that what it's about, House of Hounds?
Yes.
To show up and play.
That's right.
It takes a lot of guts just to show up and play. And if you have the guts to show up and play, you're going to be in that pool of people that are going to win prizes. Not just some random Joe Schmo that's only here to win the free prize. Does it make sense?
Yep.
100%.
Okay, so that's kind of the route that this show will be going. And with that being said, it's time for I did show the pinballs, right? I showed the codes.
You did?
Okay. I'll put them up one more time for people that are watching on a restream. The games we're playing Party Zone. We're playing Zancor Deluxe, which is a Magic Pixel game. And this is going to be we're going to enter just some quick pinball talk. Of course, first thing we're going to talk about, steps. You can close your eyes, cover your ears. We're going to talk about AtGames a little bit. Big news with AtGames, of course, we've got the actual real music coming to Jurassic Park, which is a great dinosaur game. Jurassic Park, don't sleep on it. It's a lot of fun. We got the actual movie music coming to the pinball soon. Excited. Do you like Jurassic Park? Is that one you like, Klaus, or is that one that you're not so fond of?
Actually, Jurassic Park, I don't even have it on my.
You don't have it yet. It's great. I love it. You have
fun table.
It's a lot of fun.
Listen, if I bought every table that I wanted right now, my credit cards would be maxed. So,
hey, we need to contact AtGames. You're officially the #1 player. You're the winner of the battle of the streamers. AtGames, if you're going to hook anyone up, this man right here is the best player officially right now in the first tournament of people playing head to head, right?
But I got a feeling I got a target on my back for next season.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. One thing's for sure, people will expect more, right? Now you got to live back up to it, right? But it was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing. Of course, OTG fix. I think they just rolled that out. So OTG fix is coming soon, which is exciting. I haven't had a chance to test it. So I'm going to say no comment because I have not had a chance. There was a firmware update. I have not had a chance. I downloaded it, but I have not had a chance to play on machine yet. So I'm going to just play I don't know yet, right? Because I haven't played it. But so we got that. Zancor Deluxe is a cool table. It's a Magic Pixel table. You can play it on Steam or you can play it on AtGames Pinball. It's a fun table. You go through modes. You fight a giant spider. It's a pretty good pinball table. I like it a lot. Have you played Zancor Deluxe? I think you did it on stream, huh? Did you play it? What do you think of that one, House?
I haven't actually played it, but
no.
I kind of have a problem when the tables are a little too busy. I don't like them that busy. I like them a little bit more open.
Yeah.
So, and that's probably why I fell in love with Sea of Thieves. I love the layout. So
yeah, layout. It's more of an open layout, right?
Yeah, I like the fan and the fan layouts and stuff like that, right? So
okay. Papa Brad's Gaming coming at you with a first look at Zancor Deluxe. Brand new pinball table available for the Legends 4K and HD platforms. This enhanced version of the Zancor table brings the adventurous jungle theme to life through striking visuals and dynamic gameplay. Players are challenged on a journey through 4 distinct modes: make camp, craft weapon, explore jungle, and defeat the spider. Zancor Deluxe builds upon the original design with refined mechanics and new features, delivering a fast-paced, immersive pinball experience. Every shot propels players deeper into the untamed wilderness, where skill and strategy determine your survival. Let's check out Zancor Deluxe. Take a look at this table first close up. DMD, let's look at the playfield. Got 2 upper playfields, each with 2 flippers. There's Zancor. This is a man's table. Look at that. Zancor, he's fighting snakes. He's wielding his axe. Dude's rocking a fierce mullet. He likes collecting knives and fighting spiders. More of this AtGames. This is the kind of game I like to play. Very cool theme. Get the snake on the back glass with the fangs. Pretty good. You got a secret path that links together the 2 upper playfields. The wire ramps look nice and smooth. He's got a machete on the playfield. There's the different modes. Got 2 skulls. What's not to like? More of this AtGames. Next, we're going to jump into some live gameplay of Zancor Deluxe. That's what the back glass looks like. It has a snake on it. It's a super fun table with the easy to understand modes and bonuses. I have a full tutorial of how to play Zancor on my channel. I'll put a link to it right here. Let me talk about some of the basic rules of the table. You have Return to the Jungle. Activate the ball save feature by passing over all 3 left bottom rollovers, lighting their lamps. Once this is activated, any green ball is automatically returned to play. That lasts for 30 seconds. Left side outlanes are the most dangerous part of this table. On the right side, if you pass all 3 bottom right rollovers, you light up those yellow lamps, you'll get the kickback. The kickback, once it's activated, prevents the ball from draining through the right outlane. You can get 5 million points for spelling out Zancor. Alternate between hitting the center and right holes to light Zancor. If you spell Zancor by hitting the center and right holes, you can get 5 million points. It's pretty easy to do. If you hit it in the hole without it being the correct letter, you get 0 points. So you really want to just keep spelling Zancor. You can do a combo by hitting either the left or right orbit to activate the combo sequence. Hit one of these orbits again within 10 seconds to complete a combo. Combos have a base value of 1 million points. Hitting the right 4 bank spot target lights, the ramps, and increases the combo value to 2 million and then 3 million. If you hit the left ramp and activate the loop sequence, you hit the ramp again within 15 seconds to score loop rewards. First loop reward scores 1 million points. Second loop reward scores 2 million points. third loop reward scores 3 million points. The spider treasure, you hit the center one bank target to lower the spider for 10 seconds. While the spider is down, you have to hit him as many times as possible to earn rewards. 5 hits of the spider get you 5 million points. 10 hits of the spider get you 10 million points. 15 hits of the spider get you 20 million points. And that's the spider treasure. It's always fun hitting that spider. And you got, last but not least, the spider multi-ball. Hit the left 4 bank spot targets to light their lamps and open the left ramp. Lock 3 balls into the left hole under the ramp to start the spider multi-ball. During the spider multi-ball, hit the left ramp and both orbits to score spider jackpots. The base spider jackpot value is 1 million points. Each hit on the spider increases the value by 200,000 points, up to a maximum of 4 million points. Game consists of 4 modes. To activate the modes, you rotate the left spinner. Spinner must reach a specified number of rotations to start each mode. 30 rotations, you get to do the mode Make Camp. 40 rotations is mode 2, Craft a Weapon. 50 rotations is mode 3, Explore the Jungle. 60 rotations is mode 4, Defeat the Spider. Modes are pretty easy to complete. Mode 1, you hit 10 flashing spot targets within 60 seconds to earn 10 million points. Mode 2, you hit 5 flashing ramps within 60 seconds to earn 20 million points. Mode 3 is called Explore the Jungle. Hit any combination of the flashing orbits, ramps, and holes and spot targets within 60 seconds to earn 30 million points. The final mode is to defeat the spider. Hit the spider 5 times within 60 seconds to earn 50 million points. Spider lowers for limited durations when the targets are hit. Next up, I'm going to go for the multi-ball. Do the spider multi-ball. You hit the 4 banked spot targets to light the lamps. And you got to lock 3 balls into the left hole under the ramp to start spider multi-ball. Slowing down the gameplay to try to make that shot. See if I can get the multi-ball going. Once again, cradle and ball. A little bit further up in the flipper. Boom, that's it.
Ball 3 is locked.
When the spider multi-ball, you hit the left ramp and both orbits to score spider jackpots. Base spider jackpot value is 1 million points. Each hit on the spider increases the jackpot value by 200,000 points, up to a maximum of 4 million points. So you want to try to hit the spider too. It's interesting. Lots of fun. Look at the little tiny flipper hidden up there. It's almost easy to forget it's up there, but there's a little tiny flipper in the middle of the table up there. Can help you to get that ball lock when you need it. I have to be honest, I'm really enjoying this table. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's very easy to get the hang of. For having so much going on, I think it's a pretty simple rule set to learn how to play it. What do you think? Leave a comment in the comments section. Are you going to pick up Zancor Deluxe? The game is $7 for the 4K version. They also have the HD version for $5. It's definitely money well spent, easily worth the money. I would recommend this table. If you like Magic Pixel tables, you're probably really going to like this table. Magic Pixel's lately been pretty much killing it with their tables. This is an older table. I believe it's about 3 years old. But it's a really fun table, and it's a good table that we have not had on AtGames Pinball yet. Looking forward to seeing what Magic Pixel is going to release next. Really enjoy the graphics updates on Steam on a lot of these tables.
Oh, come on.
Overall rating for this table for me is I'd recommend it. I like it. It's good. Gameplay is fun. And the more I play it, the more I like it. You know, like I said, this is not going to be like in my highest tier, but it's a very good table. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. There you go, 130 million point game. That's awesome. Hey, we got the Rexer show here. Welcome to the stream, driving and listening. Good to see you. Everyone
Rexer.
said the OTG works good again. OTG is back on the
Sweet.
menu. That's good to hear. It's good to hear, you know. It's a shame that it got broken for a while, but it's good to hear that it's back. So who wants to play first, Berserk? We're going to play some Berserk now.
I'll play first. It's fine.
You want to play first? Okay. You ready to stream it?
I'm not going to say I'm that great. I enjoy the game.
Yeah.
You'll be better than me, I assure you.
Here's the deal. Like I said, this is a show where we reward players. We don't reward just random people watching. We're going to reward people that put up a score. Even if you're in last place, you're eligible. It's going to be based upon the people that participate. So.
All right. So I think if I remember correctly, I go to settings and I change to my capture card. And there you go.
I'll make you full screen.
All right.
You're okay. You just let me know when you're ready to go for it, because we're gonna play some Berserk live on stream.
It'll be 1 second. I need to turn my volume back on because I want to be able to hear all of the classic audio.
Okay.
There we
Absolutely.
go. All right.
Absolutely. And here Steps Gaming goes, playing Berserk. Of course, Berserk was a precursor to Robotron. Pretty cool game. Clearing the first screen, which isn't too bad. The robots don't shoot back yet. It does get hard quick. Now the robots will start shooting. We're on the second screen, the red robots. Evil Otto's coming out. Stir things up. She clears the room. Is she going for the middle? Oh, living dangerous, running towards Evil Otto. Good luck, Steps.
Ah!
Oh, the walls are deadly. If you touch the walls, that's an instant death. One of the cool things is if a bullet shoots just right, it can go right through that spot through the head. And it can give them a necktie. A bullet can actually pass through the player if it's just right, which occasionally happens, which is pretty crazy. They did have to slow down the enemies.
All right, there we go for now. 11:20 was that? Yep, 11:20.
Okay, 11:20. Let's enter that in the chat, and I want you to put that on iScored. Do you have your phone with you?
Yep.
Just go ahead and scan that QR code. I'm gonna put the QR code up one more time so everyone knows, how do I participate? How can I get in on this? I'll put the QR code up one more time. Berserk tournament live now. You just point your phone at this with your camera on, and it'll take you directly to the leaderboard where you can post a score in Berserk. Okay. We've got High Scores on tap. He's got his up. High Scores on tap's going to show us some Berserk. Let's see how he does. Current score to beat for our live play is 11:20. Coming in strong, we're looking at some action on AtGames Legends Ultimate, ALU. I believe this is one of the original ones. I'm going to be playing it on the newer one, which is the HDCE, which can play UECE files, so you can play all these classic arcade games no problem. Does not require to buy anything either. It's built in. You just put it on a USB and you're off. I'm looking forward to this coming to evercade too. Although I have 100 ways to play it. It's just a game I love. I've always liked this game. We'll start setting up my stream. Can someone talk? I'm gonna set up my stream. Let me there we go. That's better. Sorry. Let's switch cameras. Let's see here.
The one thing you got to remember when you don't play this for a while is like when you get close, those bullets happen close. I mean, they happen fast. You like to keep your range. Oh, yeah.
Let me take that off. Sorry. Would you have to go on the trust? I'm sure he's going to be. You can just tell us the score because his name's over. How do I get rid of the name?
Get out of the way. I'm dead.
Okay.
1650.
1650. Someone put that in the chat for high scores on tap. And Papa Brad is up. Here goes. This maze, I didn't get a good maze. I should have used auto to get him. He'll be coming out.
Intruder alert, intruder alert.
On me. Always got to give him a couple shots to evil auto there. You give you a tip, stay out of the diagonals. That's one of my main berserk trick. Stay out of the diagonals as best you can. It's okay. With another day. With another day.
Intruder alert, intruder alert. Hidden by lighting robot.
Out of the diagonals.
Intruder alert, intruder alert.
Okay, let's see if there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
The humanoid monolith.
Oh!
Humanoid
Got me. You can move back and forth and trigger them to walking at each other. That's another trick. Just jiggle the joystick. Wow.
Intruder alert, intruder alert.
Woo!
Uh-oh.
Oh! And out of space. Okay, that's okay then. This is with the white robots. Okay, walk into each other. There you go, thank you. Just jiggle the joystick and they walked into each other. You saw that?
Yep, you're crushing it.
Intruder alert.
Here he comes. Gotta give him a couple shots. Now in Frenzy, you can't kill the smiley face.
I thought you can't kill him in Berserk.
Not in Berserk, but in Frenzy you can. So that's me. Papa Brad's Gaming. $2,790.
Nice.
2,790. That's just a good entry, a good starting level score. Yeah, come take me out. Come take me out, please. Let me put myself back on screen. There we go. And thank you so much to the panel that came on. We talked about arcades. We played some classic retro games. We played some
Did High
Berserk.
Score play?
Yeah, I played miserably.
Did you want to play House? I don't know if you had it set up to stream. You told me you might not be able to get it to stream. Do you have it ready to set up to stream?
No, I don't have it set up for streaming.
Okay, yeah. There's no pressure. Like if you don't have the game or anything, there's no pressure.
Oh, okay.
Because I know High Score. I know that House of Hounds can play all the pinball. So if you could just drop a score on iScored, that would be great. Definitely check out House of Hounds. He'll be streaming pinball. Let's go ahead and go around the circle one more time. Steps, what you got going on? I know you just did a live stream.
Fridays at 7 Eastern or 6 Central, I think is what you go by, Central, Papa Brad. But I just do the Friday streams pretty much right now. I really like to do more edited videos. Like my Street Fighter Sucks video I did a couple months ago. If you didn't see that video, check that one out. It's about Street Fighter 1. I enjoyed that video a lot, making that video. I'd like to do more like that, but it's very time consuming.
Yeah.
To do a video like that. But if you don't know Steps Gaming, check it out. It's easy steps, like walk up the steps gaming. And a lot of y'all know me, but hey,
we got Biggie D's here. Let's go.
Biggie
100%.
And I suggest,
we got 21 people in the building. 21 people in the building. Steps.
I say we should check out High Scores on Tap and House of Hounds and Evercadians and Kevgret and
Biggie D. We got a lot of YouTubers in here. There's the Rexer Show. House of Hounds. What do you got? I know you're going to be in the Battle Streamers Part 2. Tell us about the Battle Streamers Part 2.
Yeah, in a couple weeks we're going to be starting Battle of the Streamers Season 2. That's going to be interesting. I believe we have 10 or 9 players that are going to be playing, so it's going to be about a 6-week tournament. So that'll be a lot of fun. And you can catch me on my channel at House of Hounds, and I stream pinball mostly. I will do some arcade stuff in the future and other things, but the main focus of the channel is pinball.
Well, absolutely. And I saw that when I saw you, I saw you're a player. And I said, I respect this dude. I have got to get House of Hounds. I got to rope him onto my channel. I got to get him to come here because I respect you. And I have to tell you one more time, bottom of my heart, congratulations for winning the Battle of the Streamers. You took on some of the best players in the AtGames pinball community live with like no BS, 3 games. No extra chances, and that was fantastic. So, what do you got going on High Scores and Hat? High Scores on Tap? High Scores on Hat?
Not a whole lot. I need to get with Gregory. Maybe we'll start up some Calling All Ballers stream. We have not done this season. In the meantime, you can check out on the channel. I usually try to do like 2 to 3 minutes. I won't keep you long, but there's a little bit of history, video game history, some behind.
Oh, wait a minute. We got to talk about this. We're talking about Party Zone. Tell us about this, High Scores on Tap. What is this? What is this, High Scores on Tap?
So this is one of those things, once you see it, you can't unsee it. So the center picture there is the center of Party Zone. And I think I found their family tree there. So we got Mac tonight there on the left, and on the right is Felipe. And if you're on any Facebook groups, he tends to troll just about all the Facebook groups. I found this, and I think that may be the family tree of the Party Zone right there. I think Felipe may be.
That's the family tree. The family. You heard it right here on Retro Legends. We are actually exposing. We're leaking the family tree of the Party Zone right here on Retro Legends.
Yeah. If check it out. Like I said, check out the channel. It's not. It's mostly arcade. I do get to really do some videos and some fun stuff on the 80s. I'm a big fan of the 80s and retro. Latest video is all the things.
I gotta turn my lights back on. Hold on.
All the things you didn't know about the movie Airplane.
You can see me now.
Yeah, the actual classic movie Airplane there. So check that out as well. So
awesome.
But tune into Steps and House and Papa, Biggie D, and all the great ones.
I'm killing it, man. Me and YouTube, I'm doing very well. I'm doing very well with YouTube. And that's, I think, why I get so much hate, because I'm doing well. They can't stand it. It's driving them absolutely batty, but I don't get it. You should be happy for people if they're doing well. I'm going to put up the 3 games one last time, and I'm happy for anyone that's doing well, that's, enjoying playing games. And that's all I want to do. I'm going to reward the people that play BERZERK, Party Zone, and Zancor Deluxe. If you play these games, put up some scores. I'm going to make it rain. If we have 20 or more players, got to hit that 20 number.
I'm hoping next week, guys. I'm hoping next week.
Also, I'm a pretty big fan of golf. Have you ever? I know not everyone in here is into the walkabout golf, but I certainly am. I'm going to open up an open room to walkabout golf. The room code will be Retro Legends. What time is it? 9:10. We're going to go, let's go for 9:30. 9:30 on Walkabout Golf. You'll be able to use the code if you want to come join us, play some mini golf with whoever wants to show up. It's going to be fun. You never know what's going to happen. It's an open invite, and I'm going to put it up on the screen if I can find it. Let's see. I made a banner. I was prepared. Yeah, the room code is Retro Legends, the same name as the show, but there's no spaces. Just spell it like that. And we're going to go for 9:30 for the golf. Another thing for my friends that'll be playing the Party Zone, my friends that want to play on Pinball Effects on console. If you want to play the game Party Zone on console, this is the code. I did set up a FX room for the tournament. So if you want to play it on console, by all means, you can play it on any console that's out except for Switch. After you play, just shoot that QR code, take a screenshot of your score. I'll be able to look at it anyway on the show. But and you're more than welcome to join us. All platforms are open for this pinball tournament. And of course, I'll probably be playing on my cabinet because it's fun, right? The pinball. Once you play on a cabinet house, does it spoil you? Isn't it hard to go back to anything else? Once you play the pinball on the pinball cabinet, it's just hard. Oh my god! And I apologize in advance. High scores. I'm like rubbing it in. It's like an open wound, and I'm like digging it in.
It's all good.
I know you're always up there on those leaderboards playing right along with us.
Yeah, it's killing me.
But please, let's get your pinball machine back running again. And that is pinball. These things break, especially if you're a real player. If you play a lot, I mean, I wore out my start button. I played so much, my start button, I wore it out from playing. So this stuff, it's mechanical. It doesn't last forever. Takes maintenance, right?
Callaghan guy, I'll probably be in bed within 30 minutes of me getting off of here. I've been going to bed earlier and earlier, man. I guess that's what happens when you get up early and you get old.
Awesome. Okay, well, I think that's going to wrap it up for me. I want to, once again, of course, I'm always dropping YouTube stuff, so I'm going to be nonstop dropping anything that's AtGames. I'm going to be covering, but be sure you subscribe to House of Hounds, High Scores on Tap and Steps Game. Thank you so much. You are the survivors of the first ever Retro Legends show. There's only one first time, and you guys survived it. So thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.
I'm gonna roll us out with some waybacks again, and thanks so much for watching. And I will put up a poll to vote for the next arcade game we play. So during the week, be looking for a community post where you pick the arcade games, and we'll have an arcade game, probably a Williams Pinball Effects game, and probably another Magic Pixel game to play for the week. But I'm going to let the viewers decide what we play. I'll have a list of good games that I think are a lot of fun, and we'll see who wants to show up and play. Anyone wants to come live, you got to be willing to come live and just play a game. And thanks so much for watching. We appreciate everyone that's watching. And with that, I'm going to roll us out of here with this one. Take care.
Thanks,
Peace.
Papa Brad.
Thanks so much. Brad. It's been a pleasure. boom, episode 1 is done.
Good job.
There you go, buddy.
Man,
When
take
it
care,
went well.
guys.